Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone and everything in between, welcome to episode 4 of the Stay Positive podcast. I am one of two beautiful people in the room. You may refer to me as Alex, joined by...
Pete here, ready to rock and roll.
Always ready?
Always ready. Actually, no. Wait, yes.
Not this podcast,
Never
but...
prepared, always ready. That's a motto I live by, one of many.
And I can agree with that. He definitely lives by that motto.
Yeah.
I have a question, Pete. When you wake up in the morning, do you drink coffee?
No, I don't. I don't drink coffee. I used to drink coffee, like, scarcely, and I actually like the taste of it, but I'm not really a big coffee drinker in general.
You drink it black?
No.
You don't.
It's disgusting.
You don't.
It's better for you, but it's disgusting.
It is?
Well, it's because there's basically no calories in black coffee.
Just caffeine? You're just drinking caffeine?
Basically.
It's good for you, I guess.
Why? Why, do you drink coffee?
No, never in my life.
You've never had a sip of coffee?
I've had, a sip of coffee. All right, Pete? A single sip. That's the increment in which I drink coffee.
Okay, all right.
I don't believe in coffee. Or
really?
Well, I can't say any energy drinks because I have drank Red Bull.
Ooh, well, Red Bull powers me through when I have to stay up late.
I drank Red Bull. There was one time I drank.
I don't like doing.
Yeah, I drank one time 3 Red Bulls in one day.
Yeah, you told me about that.
The tennis tournament with 5 matches in one day.
Oh no, you didn't tell me about that.
Well, that was the time I drank 3 Red Bulls.
All right, story time.
I told you the story of when I stayed up 3 days up.
Yes, that's.
But I didn't drink anything to energize myself. I just stayed up. I don't even remember if I think I went to McDonald's once in 3 days, and maybe I went to the cafeteria to eat. But other than that, not really. I just drink water.
Yeah, water is the way.
Because I was going through like a keto diet that day.
No
or
way.
Not that day. That like period where I was not. I tried not to drink any soda or anything, and I was trying not to eat any carbohydrates.
Huh.
Because I was fat, like I am now. Well, actually, no. I'm in much weight-wise. I am better than I was like a year and a half ago, but I'm not in shape yet. It's a work in progress. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough. But wait, tell me the story about how you drank 3 Red Bulls in one day.
Well, not in succession, but I did in one day. So basically, I had a national tournament, and I played singles and doubles.
Yeah.
And I went upstate, and I started. It's funny because this is the shortest match I've ever played in my life. Was the first match was a doubles match, and we played an 8-game pro set, up to 8, and the match took 17 minutes.
You're joking.
We came, we saw, we kicked their butts, and we left the court in like record time.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking. We just destroyed them. I don't think any of the games went to deuce. We just 8-0. We came in and we left. Absolute destruction.
Oh my god, man.
And then
wow, that's just rude.
And because that match was really early in the morning, I think that's why I drank the Red Bull.
Oh,
which is maybe that's why I won in 8-0. I destroyed them because I was powered up.
Powered up? More like cracked out.
Whatever. Potato. It worked.
No, it did. Holy Jesus. All right.
And
so the next one.
The next one, I had a singles match, and I don't think I drank Red Bull for the singles match. I won it, but I won it in a super tiebreak, so we split sets. Came out clutch. You know, I was in front of the glass, so everyone saw me basically.
How long ago was this?
A while ago, like 16s nationals. So
wow.
Yeah, I haven't drank Red Bull a lot since. But anyway, so I clutch out that match, you know, as I do. And then...
Oh, yeah?
Peach, what's that face? I win matches sometimes.
Go on.
Not recently, but... So I win the match, and then I have another doubles match with my partner, and I think that's when I drink the second Red Bull. And it was against a seeded team, and we were unseeded. And the opponent, one of the two opponents, was my next round in the singles match. And it was a really tough match. I think we won 8-6. And it was good because one of the teammates, the not seeded one, was worse, so we could exploit him, but it was still like really tough for us to win. And so that was the second Red Bull I drank, and then we played a third doubles match, which we lost, unfortunately, 9-7. And it sucks because it was like 8-7, and I always play the deuce side, and my partner plays the ad side. And it sucks because like it's 0-0, I would hit a clean winner, or I would like help win the point. I'd hit a perfect shot and set up my partner, or just clean winner. So it would be 15 love, and then my partner would like miss the return of serve. And then once again, I clutch it. I hit a great return and I win the point. And then my partner misses the return. And then I clutch it again and he misses again. And then finally I miss, which, I'm only human. I'm sorry. And then he misses again and we lost. So like on the verge of a comeback to break back, we lost. And it is what it is, We were close.
It's only like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not bitter or anything. So that was the fourth match of the day, and then finally I had to play my fifth match, and by this point I was tired, and it was like 11 p.m. So even if I wasn't physically exhausted, I would be sleepy. So I'm sleepy, I'm tired, and I'm suffering from like Red Bull depletion or withdrawal. Yeah, so Red Bull withdrawal. So I'm suffering that. And I'm just like, oh my god, I drank 2 Red Bulls and I'm tired. And my dad's like, can you play this match? He's like, I don't know. It's like, do you want another Red Bull? It's like, yeah, sure. Why not? So I proceed to drink the third Red Bull throughout the match. And I'm so mad because I was down 6-1, 5-1, like 30 all. And I came back to 5-5 deuce. And the guy cheated me.
Ah, okay.
And
so
welcome to junior tennis.
Yeah.
Which it's too true, but whatever. And I'm so mad because I came back, and I don't do that often. And I'm just like, and this was a seeded player. This was like the quarterfinals of a national, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm doing pretty well. And then
life happened.
And then he decided.
Welcome.
And then he decided, nah, I shouldn't win that match. It is what it is.
They made you play 5 matches in
one day.
First day?
In one day. I think I played 1 singles match the day before, and then I played 5 matches the second day.
That's absurd, man. I never played it.
And my doubles partner, he did win his quarterfinals match, so he made it to the semifinals, but he also played 5 matches, and he didn't come in the next day. He I don't know if he was actually injured or he just was so tired, but he didn't come in the next day.
Jeez.
And that's my story.
That sucks.
Of the time I drank 3 Red Bulls in one day.
That was pretty anticlimactic, not gonna lie.
Okay, Pete, I'm sorry I'm not a champion. I'll be a champion later in life.
No, that's true, man. Work hard early and just reap the rewards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't drink energy drinks that much. I mean, like I said, I only drink them to do stuff I don't like to do because I have to keep myself up to do it. So, studying, for instance. I mean, who enjoys studying? If you're studying something you don't like, then it's not enjoyable. And 9 times out of 10, I'm studying something I don't like.
Yeah. The reason I asked was because like I'm studying for the GRE and I'm just.
Yeah, like who's gonna enjoy studying for the GRE or the GMAT?
You're gonna make that one guy really upset. That one guy or girl
who's
having the time of his life.
If you're out there, if you're studying for the GRE or GMAT, and I'm talking to you straight up, if you enjoy it, then you're a saint. You literally are a perfect human being.
Sweet.
And you should not let anyone
tell you otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. Keep doing you, buddy.
All right. Yeah, that's why I asked, because like, I'm reaching that point where I'm just like, I don't want to do it anymore. And brute force pushing myself is I'm getting sick and tired of it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of bad things that go along with studying is like binge eating, all like bad food, caffeinated drinks and everything. I mean, just to keep yourself up. I know, like I gave you my story from a few episodes back when I had to pull that all-nighter and I drank like 2 Red Bulls, ate those caffeinated chocolates.
Yeah.
Whew.
I don't remember what episode that
My
was.
God.
Everyone, watch all our podcasts and tell me and write in the comments which episode that's from.
No, it's a horrible experience, man.
Studying?
I don't wish it. No, I mean like
Oh.
having to stay up late, being all caffeinated and everything. Like you just feel, you don't feel good. It's like for me personally, like I get shaky. I get really fidgety.
Yeah.
I'm already a fidgety person. Like a lot of my friends and people at school know that I always have this you know what EOS is? It's like a lip balm.
Oh, it's that thing that looks like a capsule? Like a little
Yes.
capsule that you
Yeah.
put on your lips?
Yeah. Yeah, it's lip balm. I have the I have the little I have the little EOS lip balm I would use.
And you play with it.
And dude, I fidget with it so much.
Like,
I literally just like I'm always playing with it and people will see me and they'll like say, "Oh yeah, you have that thing again." And like I'll drop it all the time and people are like, "Yeah, typical." Because I'm always playing around with it, dude. It's like my version of a fidget spinner. So like I'll be studying and I'll have that thing in my left hand and just playing around with it.
yeah, but that's just like... I don't
So then
know.
like 2 Red Bulls later, I'm practically throwing it through the window. Yeah, no. So I don't know. And personally, I used to have really bad eating habits while I was studying as well. Like I would just get a big old bag of chips. One thing that me and my buddies would always do, and I think we probably still do it, but I don't anymore because I watch what I eat now, is just get the flaming hot Cheetos. Big bag of flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 of those Starbucks coffees. It's like imagine just going into a convenience store basically. That's what we would do before every single like long study session.
Nice.
Not nice.
Yeah, when you say binge eating, is like going to the cafeteria and eating a lot, is that considered binge eating?
Well, yeah, binge eating is just eating a lot of food in one go.
All right, then I
To
guess.
binge something, like you
But like,
binge
eating
watch
is
Netflix or
fun.
something.
Eating is fun. It's like the only pleasurable activity in college that isn't studying.
You enjoy studying.
No. I mean, the only activity that isn't studying that I can like enjoy. So like I don't.
You enjoy studying.
No, so I don't enjoy studying, and the only other activity for me is to like either sleep or eat. So when I'm not sleeping and I'm not studying, I'm eating. Because
I mean-
it's free food. If I had to pay for it, I'd probably starve.
No, you are still technically paying for it. That's how the tuition works.
Yeah,
man.
but like it's unlimited as long as it's open. It's not like I'm
Yeah,
paying
but-
for every slice of pizza or everything I eat.
Yeah. How was your diet when
Bad.
you're up at school? Really?
When I was in college,
Yeah.
when I was completely focused on studying, bad. When I was less stressed about studying and like I could pay attention, I probably would like keep in mind what I was eating, but like I didn't care because you know, I'm already like suffering through studying. You know, why would I suffer through eating too? Like why would I be like I should watch what I'm eating? It's like, bro, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm miserable. I want something good. Can I just like eat in peace? It was only
Yeah,
when I
respect.
started like gaining like weight to the point that I didn't like when it was reaching the point of no return that I was like, okay. Cuz like the heaviest I ever was 220, and I realized like at that moment it's like if I get heavier, it's just going to be really tough to lose it. And I won't even want to lose it cuz of how hard it would be.
Yeah.
And in college I my health habits in college were not good. I was drinking soda a lot.
Oh.
You say that, but it
Jeez.
tastes good,
Yeah, but
and it goes well with everything
dude,
except salad, which I didn't eat.
bro. I don't. Fun fact: I actually hate salads, or I don't hate them, but I really dislike them. They're just so plain and useless.
They're good for you.
Yeah, but like a taco salad, that's sick.
That's not.
Nah, it's way better than a regular salad. you're literally just eating leaves. I are
With sauce.
Okay, so I talked about this with a friend. I think I just don't like raw vegetables in general. I don't like eating raw vegetables that well. Like if they're cooked, I'll eat them perfectly fine. You know, but
Not even if there's a nice dressing with it.
I don't like dressings.
You're wrong, Pete.
What do you mean?
You're
There's
wrong.
no right or wrong. It's
No,
just an opinion.
this is a wrong answer, Pete. You don't not like dressings.
Because they're too tangy, bro. They're like
Then get one more mild.
almost sour.
Then get one more mild.
Yeah, but no.
What do you mean no?
I just don't like them.
All right. They named one after your country, Pete.
I don't own Greece, man. It's not my country.
Are you sure?
And I'm also not like 100% Greek.
I was talking about
relax.
Puerto Rican salad. I'm joking.
That
probably exists.
So, yeah, I feel that though. I know my freshman year, because you know the whole stigma of like the freshman 15.
I didn't have that. I had the
You
opposite.
didn't?
I had the opposite.
You lost weight freshman year?
I was 163 pounds after I returned from my first semester.
So you get wait. You just said like a minute ago that you were 220 at your max.
at the latter years of my college career.
You gained 60 pounds in college?
Well, okay, Pete.
Because you're already a stocky guy. Like, how can you...
I'm not stocky. I'm lean and mean.
You're sick. You're 6'3", dude.
I'm 6'1", I think.
You're like 6'2 and a half.
Okay.
And you've got like some meat on your bones. You're a big guy.
Okay, yeah, I'm not like a stick, but I'm not. I'm an ectomorph, as they call it, the scientific term.
What does that mean?
So like ectomorph is like when you have a lean body. A mesomorph is when you have like a bit of a stocky build, and endomorph is when you're like big and bulky, like by nature. That's what I learned in high school, and
I didn't learn that in high school. It's a wasted education.
I memorized it.
Okay.
So when I started college, I was 178 pounds, and then after the first semester, I was like 165 pounds. So I lost like 15 pounds, maybe 17 pounds. And I was very emaciated because I just hated eating at the dining hall, and I just wouldn't eat for like 4 months, basically.
Wow.
Like I would eat, but like I'd eat like rice and very little, because I was just like, it's either very bad food or food I just don't like. Like,
were you always going to Bay State?
Or Bay State and the one in the middle, the freshman dorm. Warren, yeah.
Favorite one.
Your favorite one.
Everybody's favorite one. If you're a
Bay
BU
State's
student,
the best.
then you know.
Bay State's the best.
No, it was sarcasm.
But yeah, mine was the best.
Yeah, Bay State. I like Bay State. Did you hear about really side convo really quick? Have you heard of the new dining hall in, I think it's Wheelock College of Education?
Wheelock?
Yeah, it's like in South Campus.
South?
I don't know. I've heard that apparently that dining hall.
Our campus is a straight line. It's just east and west.
I know, but now there's
a south.
There's always been a south.
I've never been there.
Dude, you went to this school for 4 years.
It's true. Our school is a straight line, Pete.
I know, but there's a part that stretches a little downwards by Fenway, or a little
Fenway,
a little west of Fenway.
No.
All right, whatever. There's a dining hall in that area, and apparently it's very, very good.
No, it's bad.
Apparently it's the best one.
It's the worst one.
You've never been there, so how would you know?
It's my opinion.
You've never been there.
The fact is, it's my opinion.
But you've never been there.
It's true.
Okay. So, anyways, you're lost weight. Okay, so I gained weight my freshman year. A lot of weight. I mean, like, if you want to say freshman 15, mine was freshman 25.
But you told me it was all muscle when you started.
You see, I thought it was, and then...
You lied to yourself.
Oh, yeah, partially. Because I had no idea, like, I was gaining so much weight. Because I did gain a lot of weight. I gained, like, 10 pounds or 15. Maybe even, not 15. More like 10 pounds of muscle that year. Because it was, like, my first year of lifting consistently with a good plan. Because they make us lift, like, 2-3 times a week. And so, I remember in the winter, I had definitely gotten more bulky. But that wasn't when I put on the most of my weight. It was definitely in March... over spring break, because that's when I sprained my ankle really badly.
And you started eating a bunch of
Greek
salad.
No, man. I started eating junk food, like terrible stuff, man. Like I was eating so much bad food just for a month and a half because I was sidelined basically for 4 weeks.
Right.
Because it was a really bad sprain, and so I was just eating like chips every other day. Terrible food, bro. I'm glad that I left that behind me now because that's really, really. I like you have like those moments in life that you kind of cringe. Like I look back on that time period, that just month of like what I was feeding myself, and it makes me cringe a little bit.
All right.
But to be fair, I follow a really strict diet now, so I guess I'm really disciplined about what I eat.
Dieting is silly.
Why?
Because there was a nutritionist who did a test, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the test was he was going to eat only junk food and still lose weight.
Uh-huh.
And his rationale was it isn't what you eat, it's how much you eat, how many calories you intake.
Well, yes, that's true.
So just eat less.
No. Dieting is not silly.
Okay, silly is the wrong word, but I think misunderstood. It's like if you
Yes, that's true. That's
if you think eating a lot of healthy food is gonna like make you lose weight, you might lose a pound depending on how unhealthy you were prior, but it's really just the quantity. Like when I started losing weight, I started cutting out I started eating a little bit less meat, a lot more vegetables. And portion size is just smaller. So, and I cut out soda, which I think helped a decent amount.
You think?
I think. I'm not sure.
Jeez, man. I mean,
what's wrong with soda, Pete?
It's just so bad for you.
Life.
It's like, dude, they did this test. Another like quick tangent. They did a test with Coke, and saw that it took the rust off of metal better than like most. I don't know. De-rusting, is that even a word?
Really?
Like yeah, dude, it literally, because dude, there's actual acid in soda.
Yeah.
There's
acid in lemons too, but they put that on everything.
Okay, man, but that's different. That's very, very small concentrations. I'm talking like, dude, Coke is bad for you. Just don't drink Coke.
Drink Pepsi.
You're a huge Sprite guy though. You've always been a huge Sprite guy.
It's true, but Boston University doesn't use Sprite-based products. So Boston University has a deal with Pepsi, the company, and so in Boston there's no Coca-Cola, there's no Sprite, there is no whatever else Pepsi has, probably Coke has, like Fanta. They have their Pepsi versions, so they have Pepsi, they have this orange soda called Sunkiss or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have Sierra Mist, which is probably created by demons to torture people with, because it's the worst lemony drink out of the three. So you have
hot
Sprite,
take.
Sprite, 7-Up, and Sierra Mist. Sprite is obviously number one. Sierra Mist, 7-Up, it's a close two. Sierra Mist, it's like -1,000. It's not even drinkable.
Wow.
And people don't believe me. People are like, "Oh, they taste the same." I'm like, "You fool,
bro!
You've been brainwashed."
Jeez, hot take. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, dieting is literally all about counting. I don't know. Personally, it's about counting your calories. Like you can, exactly like you said, because I heard about that. Was a scientist or a doctor? Nutritionist that did that thing, and he ate junk food. Literally.
But he ate a certain amount of calories, so that he actually did end up losing weight. That's not healthy, by the way, because your body will suffer in different ways other than weight.
Wait, what? What's not healthy again?
Eating junk food, even though his portions were perfectly measured so that he would still lose weight, it's not healthy for other parts of your body, like your cholesterol and your stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what he did. He definitely lost muscle mass. That's like when he was eating like that.
And fat. He lost fat.
Probably not as much fat as he would have liked to. If anything, he lost a lot more muscle mass than fat during that time period, because all those foods, they have a lot of trans fats in them, like those bad, like just chips and stuff like that. Processed food in general, it's got a lot of bad fats in that. So you could technically be on a caloric deficit, which is what that guy did. eating less than you burn, because that's how you lose weight. You eat less than you burn.
That's why exercise is good with dieting, is because
Yeah,
you
exactly.
burn more, and if you're responsible enough to lower the amount of intake you eat, then you'll lose weight.
Yeah.
And then if you like cut out certain foods entirely, you'll lose even more weight.
Yes, but here's what you should do different. Don't eat exactly what that nutritionist
No,
did.
I'm
Don't
not
eat like processed
No,
bad food.
I'm not saying eat junk food. If you want to diet, I recommend, and this is coming from a meat-loving, carb-loving, soda-loving guy, so my word means something when I'm about to tell you this. You should eat your greens. You should eat salad. You should try to not you should eat meat, but less of it, and try to not eat red meat as much. And you should, because there's like that whole food pyramid, right? Of like how much you're supposed to eat, your serving sizes. As much as I hate to admit it, it's pretty good.
To be fair, I'd never ever referred to that food pyramid.
In any of my dieting
Never.
experiences, I just told myself, eat a little less and be more diverse. Like, stop eating only meat and potatoes and rice. Like, start eating less of that and more vegetables.
You know what I started doing this summer / quarantine, whatever? I started cooking a lot more, because I didn't necessarily ever have a reason to cook, because I always had the dining hall at school.
It's true.
But I started cooking a lot more and learning some new recipes, and honestly, it's pretty fun.
Cooking is fun. It's one of the
Because if you actually make something good, you eat it after, it's like, wow, huge payoff.
If you make something bad, you still eat it because it's yours. And you can't let it go to waste.
So yeah, don't make it bad, or else you're gonna have to suffer, and it's
true.
all your fault.
It's true.
You have no one else to blame
good
for it.
pressure on you.
Yeah. So
What do you cook?
me?
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell all the viewers.
anything. Yesterday, for instance, made some fajitas.
Doesn't
Pretty
sound
good.
healthy.
Steak fajitas. What do you mean? It
Doesn't-
just depends what you eat them with.
What did you eat them with?
So
Barbecue sauce?
I actually hate BBQ.
Pete, you're not an actual American.
Yeah,
You've
I
lost
guess
your
not.
American privileges.
I guess I have. No, dude, you've never had fajitas before?
I've had them.
They're good. So we make them with steak, have some veggies on the side, like peppers and onions,
It's a wrap,
sauteed.
no? It's a wrap with like meat and vegetables in it.
Imagine a small taco. Very small, soft taco.
Fajita. I guess in school they made it wraps instead of
Yeah,
folds.
whatever. Some rice, some beans, sour cream. It's almost like a taco, basically.
All right.
And
Tacos
they're
are
just
good.
small. But yeah, so it just depends what you make. And so I mean, I learned some recipes during school as well.
I make a mean bowl of cereal. It's true.
Oh.
I don't think anyone can do it better than I can.
Do you leave extra milk to drink after, or do you leave just enough so that there's none left?
I put it such that I can dunk everything in it.
You're a weirdo.
Well, no, because that's a good measurement quantity. If you have a bowl of cereal, well, hopefully the bowl isn't like flat. It's like an actual bowl with volume in it. So when you pour the milk, it should like be able to dunk all the cereal in. Not like all the way, but like just enough to dip the topmost layer of cereal into the milk. Because cereal tastes good with milk.
All right, respect.
Like what? Pete, you eat cereal without milk?
No, I'm the type of person that leaves more milk than.
And I'm the
so
weird
I could drink
one?
it.
Pete, you're a freak of nature.
Yeah, but anyways.
Cereal, actually, there are some cereal, like Lucky Charms without the marshmallows. Eating them without milk tastes good. You've never done that as a kid?
I want you to hear yourself say that, and then just imagine all the people jeering.
Okay.
Now.
You don't pour it into a bowl. If you're a kid, you've probably done this at least once, where you just like eat like single pieces of the cereal like out of the bag.
Yes.
Yeah, that tastes good. All right.
Moving on.
Am I wrong?
You are so wrong, man.
You don't think it tastes good?
You eat plain Cheerios? Do you like the taste of plain Cheerios? Because that's what you're basically eating cardboard.
As a kid, no. As an adult, I kind of lost a bit of my lust for sugar, so yeah.
Huh.
It can taste good. Depends what type of Cheerios.
Dude, You're making me want to puke.
I haven't had cereal in like a year or
Yeah,
two.
so like back to the diet thing, I haven't eaten cereal in quite a while because it's a processed food. I don't eat processed foods much anymore. I try to eat as much natural stuff as possible. So I cook like a lot of vegetables. I was vegetarian practically this whole past semester. I only stopped it when I got back home because I was doing it originally to try to see how it would affect my performance. I thought it'd maybe make it better. In reality, it actually hindered it a little bit. I was kind of bummed because I could really get used to that. And I'm probably going to be vegetarian if I stop playing tennis or like after college in general because it's actually like a lot of the recipes are really good and meat's expensive, dude. There's no necessary point to actually eat meat all the time. To be fair, I'm Greek, so we eat a lot of meat like lamb and pork and
No,
fish and Greek. Yeah, but Greek people eat a lot of meat. But I mean, I actually like a lot of vegetarian food. It's pretty good. Because the reason I started was, or like one of the big reasons I had seen a couple YouTube videos about not vegetarian, vegan athletes, and I was like, what?
vegan athletes.
I mean, I don't like the word vegan. You could just use plant-based from now on.
How many?
Well, Novak, he's like
Novak's
practically vegetarian.
Yeah, but like when you eat fish or chicken, you're not
pescatarian.
No, but he also eats
chicken, yeah.
like on occasion, very little, but like it shows that he's not doing it for the sake of like doing it. He's doing it because he's really he's managing his diet very seriously.
He's like, you would say he's 95% vegetarian. But anyway, so I would watch these videos and I was intrigued, and then I went back to school after winter break. And like the first night I'm there, I see my teammate, and he tells me about this documentary on Netflix called Gamechangers. And so I think that night I went and watched it, and I was like mind blown. So it's basically about this guy that used to be an MMA fighter. He hurts his knee, or he hurts his leg somehow really, really badly. And then he's kind of going through the rehab stages and just wants to get in great shape and back into good shape as fast as possible so he can get back to fighting. And he finds the whole plant-based diet and is figuring out how to go about it and see testimonials from other people and whatever. So he sees like a track athlete, Australian track athlete, that she's very high performing. Strongman, do you know what a strongman is?
A strong man?
Yeah. No, not like a strong man. I'm saying like a strong man. Like people who are literally
pull trucks and do
those like strongman competitions. People that are like 400 pounds.
Lift boulders.
They literally lift like 300
They
pound
all come from Iceland.
Logs over their head. Oh yeah, Thor.
Most of them come from Iceland.
Game of Thrones.
No.
Well, the mountain.
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Have you ever watched Game of Thrones?
No.
Dude.
It's a good show, I've heard.
Dude. Anyways,
the last season sucks,
the really
apparently.
big, it does. The big dude, he's a strong man.
Okay.
So, yeah, and there's one guy that's a strong man that's completely plant based.
Is he a champion?
I don't know, but
That's the thing is like there's no champions.
You see, so that's like the thing I was gonna get to. There are a lot of people that are plant-based athletes, right? And the whole premise behind it for them is like they feel more energy and it just their body feels better. And so what I found is I did feel more energy, but only short spurts, And so during a match, I was getting more tired than I usually had been. And I felt like I was just, after the match, I was dead. All my matches, that whole, this past season, in some matches, I would get quick spurts of energy pretty good. And I would actually, it would feel good. But then, over time, I was feeling more tired and tired. And I had no idea why.
Well,
I was,
all these vegetarian vegan diets, are you actually taking a lot of protein from other sources?
That's the hard part, is getting protein sources. Like the best protein sources on vegetarian diet, it's
eggs.
beans and
eggs.
Legumes.
What the heck? Oh no, I know what a legume is.
Yeah.
A legume.
Do you know what a legume is?
Isn't that what a peanut is?
I think so.
No, or not
No, 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 no.
pistachio. There's a
Lentils,
thing.
dude. Lentils.
Lentil is not a, or it might be a legume, but
It
that's
is a
not what I'm
legume.
thinking of. That's not what I'm thinking of. There was a, I think it's peanut, because like it's not a nut. Like it's like, oh, I like eating nuts. It's like, what, like peanuts? And then my friend was like, no, peanuts are not nuts. They are legumes. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And apparently the difference is like a nut comes from something that grows. Uh, I feel,
Technically, tree nut.
yeah,
Something that
yeah,
grows off of.
a nut is something that grows out of the earth, and a legume is something that grows from inside the earth, or something like that. It's basically like a really rough technicality.
Okay. Yeah, and
Like
technically,
they're
peanuts are legumes.
yeah,
So.
it's like they're the same, but there's like one technical difference that divides them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can tell you, yeah, it's really hard to get protein when you're on vegetarian diet, obviously, because you can't eat meat.
but
And
like what can you eat that has protein in it?
literally what I just told you. It's like
Legumes?
beans,
Peanuts
legumes.
have protein in it?
Peanuts have protein, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All nuts have protein?
I think a pretty good amount. Not like let's say a chicken breast has like 25 grams of protein in it. Then peanuts, like a serving of peanuts would have like 10 grams or maybe a little less.
So
Like peanut butter has a lot of protein in it for one serving. That's actually really good food if you're on, like if you're
vegetarian,
yeah,
getting
and if you're not allergic to tree
peanuts.
nuts or I guess peanuts, then you can definitely eat a lot of peanut butter. And that's what I do now. So I'm not
That doesn't
I'm not
sound
vegetarian
healthy
anymore.
though.
It is healthy.
Peanut butter is healthy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is jelly healthy?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, you see, that's another thing. You know, when you're dieting and when you're watching what you eat, there is a fine line between unhealthy foods and like just plain bad for you. You know, like you can eat some unhealthy foods in very, very high moderation. Like you can have some jelly every few days. Like for instance, what I do is I eat Greek yogurt almost every day, and like one thing that Greek people do in general is we put honey on it because it just tastes better. Because Greek yogurt plain is just disgusting.
Okay.
I've hated it always like that. So I would always put some honey in it. Tastes unbelievable. But like, you know, honey plain is kind of, you know, not the healthiest thing to eat because it's basically just sugar straight down the hatch.
It's good for energy.
Yeah. But anyway, so
Have you ever
I
had
eat that.
honey raw?
Of course.
It's unbelievable how
Dude.
effective it works. Like I remember when I took it once, like when I was playing tennis, and my dad always was like, eat some honey for energy, and I'm like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But one day I tried it, and I felt so energized, and I'm like, dude, this stuff really does work, and I was amazed at how quickly it worked.
Yeah, I've actually never. I don't know because I've always liked kind of sugary foods, even though I don't eat them at all right now. But
So
I
what were
always
you-
liked candy, sweet foods in general. Like I've loved that since I was a kid, and so when I would eat that sugary stuff, I wouldn't necessarily feel like the quick sugar rush at all. I feel like I just got accustomed to it. You know.
Yeah, I got accustomed to it too. But what were you saying?
No, yeah. So I was saying, I noticed that when I got back home, like I had a talk with my dad about like how this diet affected how I was playing, like on the drive back from school. And we talked about it a little bit, and he was like, "Yeah, you should probably get off it now, see what the difference is." And so I started eating meat again when I got home, and dude, it made a world of a difference.
What changed?
Like I felt like my energy was lasting longer, you know? It's super weird. Like I said, I felt like when it came to short intense spurts of energy, it was a lot easier, but then like over the long haul, I was feeling more depleted when I was vegetarian. And so adding meat back in, I felt like first of all, I gained some muscle mass back, which was good because when I was vegetarian, I lost like 3 or 4 or 5 pounds
You
of
lose
muscle.
all of it.
I didn't lose all of it because I was
You
still
will
getting
eventually
protein.
if you
Because
keep
also
doing
one of
it.
my buddies gave me like, because he was vegetarian for some time, and he gave me a whole like thing of just vegan protein powder.
The vegan
And I pounded
protein
that all in
powder?
a week.
What is regular protein powder made of?
Whey, which is dairy based.
That's vegetarian.
Yeah, so technically it's vegetarian, but it's not vegan,
What's
quote unquote.
okay? What's vegan made out of?
Vegan means
No,
nothing.
I know what the
Yeah,
difference
yeah.
is, but so what's the vegan protein powder made of?
Peas.
Soy?
It could be soy, yeah. The one I had was made from peas.
It sounds
Like a little.
disgusting.
You see, it actually didn't taste that bad.
What was
I
the
also
flavor?
have, I don't know, like some
Pea
vanilla or
flavor?
I don't know, some vanilla or chocolate, whatever. But it was all right. So a lot of people drink protein powder in general, and they hate the taste because it's not necessarily great tasting. But for me, I've been drinking it for a long time, and I'm like number one proponent of protein powder. I love it, and I think it works wonders. But
Okay.
because you see me coming here every single time with the shake.
It's true. Every time I see his car pulling up, I just see him like with a tube of sticking in his mouth, and he's just drinking. He has that hat with the cup holders on it. He's just drinking
Yeah,
protein
yeah,
powder every
exactly.
day.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop.
Hey man, gains you can't stop. But anyways, so I killed that thing in like a month because the thing is, it's so expensive. Like if you're plant based completely and
It's
you're
very
gonna
expensive.
or no, just getting protein.
But even the
Like protein
diet
powder.
itself is very expensive.
No, it's cheaper.
I don't believe that.
Really?
You think a
Dude,
vegan-based
meat costs
diet,
more money.
vegan is cheaper?
Absolutely. Because all you're eating is plants, man. You're just eating plants and beans and legumes and peas. What is so expensive about that?
I don't know.
Use your head. Come on. Like you would have to buy if you wanted to buy steak for your family for one night. You're dropping at least $50 at the grocery store, or $40.
Okay.
And then you also have to make the rest of the food.
Okay.
Now just take away the steak.
Then I starve.
No, man. You just make more of the vegetables and stuff. No, I honestly, it's definitely cheaper. It is most definitely cheaper.
I don't know. I keep hearing that these diets are. I guess maybe the protein substitutes are the expensive part.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like that protein, pea-based protein or just vegan protein, pretty overrated and pretty expensive.
You could just starve.
Maybe not the best idea.
It's cheap.
I mean, you'll still be on a caloric deficit.
It's
but...
cheap.
Yeah, tell that to the people that are dying from hunger right now.
At least they're not overweight.
Oh my god, man. Yeah, I got back and I'm back eating regular food now. And honestly, like I was kind of in a bulking phase because I came back and I was working out maybe like 6 days a week or 5 days a week. And then slowly but surely I kind of tapered so I can see what the result was. And now I'm starting like another phase. So I was like in a 14-week kind of bulking thing, which it wasn't really that much of a bulk because I was eating really cleanly. I wasn't like just stuffing my face with food that much.
When you say bulk, what is primarily
Trying
protein?
So when you're on a cut, it means you're losing weight, right? So caloric deficit, like we just talked about.
Yeah.
Bulk is when you're in a caloric surplus.
Why? But why are you trying to bulk up?
Gain muscle. That's it.
But you don't.
I mean, naturally you're gonna gain some fat as well, and that's what happened to me. But I actually, like I said, I just finished it, so I'm now cutting, and that whole thing is a caloric deficit, and so.
But like, why do you need to bulk up in a weight sense? Why don't you just why do you need to pay attention to your weight? Why don't you just pay attention to how strong you are or how fit you are? Because it's like if you're overweight or underweight, then you should pay attention to your weight. But you're clearly healthy, so like, why do you care what weight you have now?
I don't really care about weight that much, to be honest. I care more about strength, but weight is the only way for me to necessarily measure it.
Or just measure it by like how much you can do and how long you can do it. So like if you could,
The thing is, gyms are closed, so I can't.
That's true.
I can't, like, in terms of measuring that way. I can't right now.
Try I don't know, pushing your car. See how long you
Should
can
I just
do it.
turn into a strongman?
Why not?
No, I do a lot of calisthenics. I do a lot of body weight stuff.
What's
I live and die by that
calisthenics?
stuff.
What's calisthenics?
Just body weight stuff.
So like upper body stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I like training legs also, which is, I mean, a lot of people hate training legs, but
Why?
because it hurts.
Doesn't the upper body hurt too?
Yeah, but you know, like
You don't walk on your arms.
basically.
Mm.
No, I think some calisthenics is so sick because you could also maneuver your body in some ways that are just out of this world. Like I'm trying to learn how to handstand right now, and it's actually pretty hard. Just because
No.
I've actually never like had the balance. I'm not. You'd be surprised, but I'm a very clumsy person.
No.
I don't know. I feel like the only reason that I'm not as clumsy as I could be is because I play sports. Otherwise, like I'll trip walking up the stairs,
Happens to the best of us.
dude.
I don't know.
It's impressive.
I
to
don't know
trip
what
walking up
frequency
the
at
stairs.
which you trip walking in a straight line, but
Sometimes I trip like just walking, on nothing, just my feet dragging on the ground.
yeah,
You know, like that's
you do you.
that no, that's a skill, man.
It's skill.
No, I take pride in it. It's fun.
They should have contests. Who trips first?
Yeah. So, what was I talking about?
Calisthenics.
Yeah. So
You
I
want to do a handstand?
yeah. No, I've been training calisthenics for this whole summer so far because you can't do anything else. No gyms are open.
Well, what's the alternative to calisthenics?
Just with weight training.
Oh, so calisthenics is like natural training.
It's body weight. Anything body weight. Well, to be fair, I do like some weighted calisthenics. So I have monkey bars in my backyard, right? But I don't actually hold the monkey bars. I use like there are two wooden beams,
Okay.
and the bars are perpendicular to those beams, right? So I hang by one of the beams,
Okay.
and that's where I pull myself up from.
Okay.
And I do
How is that weighted?
I do pull-ups. No, so I use a backpack when
Oh.
I'm doing weighted exercise. So I have just a bunch of dumbbells. I just throw them all in a backpack. Right now I use a 50-pound backpack. So pull-ups with 50 pounds on my back, basically.
How many can you do?
Like in a row with 50 pounds on my back?
Yeah. 3?
No. I can do maybe like, if I want to max out, maybe 8 or 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not
I mean, my max right now, my max is 24 in a row, regular.
Without anything on you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just free weight, basically. I'm trying to get to 30 by the end of the summer.
All right.
That's my goal because I have a bet with my teammates.
You got this.
I'm trying, man. I'm on the way there. So, it's better for your physique too, calisthenics, because when you're doing like actual weight training, you just get
Big muscles.
Yeah. Because that's muscle hypertrophy right there. That's like your muscles are literally breaking, and you know the protein and all the
That's all types
acids.
of muscles.
I know, but the more the weight is, the more the muscle tears.
Yeah, but you're supposed to do it gradually. No one just walks into the gym and starts lifting 200 pounds. You just...
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like in general, the heavier the weight that is being lifted, the bigger the muscle will get. That's just natural. So like if you're doing body weight, you're gonna get really, like a really defined physique, but you're not gonna be necessarily huge. And that's what I want. I'm not trying to be like freaking bodybuilder, because I feel like that's just so.
It's not good for an athlete. There's no...
I don't know if it's necessarily good or bad.
No, there's the only sport I can think where like, and even then, they don't really look. They usually look really big and muscular, but they don't look like a bodybuilder. So bodybuilders are aesthetic. It's like, yeah, they're strong, but when it comes to doing anything athletic, they lack any sort of flexibility, so they can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean,
So if you wanted to be a bulky tennis player, you're an idiot.
I mean, Rafa's pretty bulky.
But he was naturally like that from the beginning. So
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
just
he
his
always-
body. That's not...
Yeah.
He didn't work
No,
to
that's
be
fair.
that big. And funnily enough, he lost weight. Like, his muscles got leaner as time went on. So... That's...
Yeah, he has a little more fat on him right now.
Well, now he's old.
Yeah, it's just how it
But
goes.
like, even before that, his muscles were getting leaner. Even though like they were still big, they looked a lot more smooth than when he started.
I suppose, but he's still pretty ripped compared to
No,
most.
all the top players are very in shape.
No, Rafa is more ripped than anyone else, I think.
Rib means big muscles.
No, he's just like he has a defined physique.
Djokovic.
You've never heard that term before either.
Ripped? I just thought that meant really muscular.
Shredded, nothing.
I thought that just means really muscular. Like really defined muscles.
The thing is yeah, the only one that's pretty really really lean is Novak.
It's like when you say
because he's like 180, but he's 6'3".
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy. Like right now I'm 160, but I'm 5'9".
That's what vegetarian does to you.
No, dude.
No, that's true. It's true. Vegetarian diet will make you combined with extremely disciplined exercise will make you very light compared to what you could be.
I guess. But I'm aiming for 155 by end of summer.
But Djokovic isn't like a quote unquote strong guy.
He's so flexible.
He's flexible and he's endurance, but he's not like a big muscle man that hits the ball hard. I did not say muscle. I said muscle.
So what he does though is he's so disciplined with what he eats, man. And oh my gosh, another thing, he stretches so much. He stretches like every day.
Yeah, because that's how he got his flexibility, I assume.
Yeah, of course. I tried stretching almost every day. I tried stretching every day starting the beginning of the semester. As it wore on, like I started feeling this weird thing in my hip. And I don't know where it came from, and I don't know why it exists, but it still persists, and it's the most annoying thing ever.
All right.
But in typical me fashion, there's something wrong with my body at all times. So, I mean, bad back, bad wrist, what else? Had my shoulder bother me one time. Sprained both my ankles before. I mean, I'm basically a walking medical bill, but
with a heart of gold.
I suppose everybody is at some point in their lives, right?
I'd rather not be.
You will be. Don't take that in a bad way.
I will, unless I discover the cure for eternal youth.
No, but to be fair, stretching I feel like is really good.
It is very good.
It's so good for you.
There's like 5 main things in physical fitness. It's like flexibility, cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, and there's either one more or those were the 4. I forget.
And so stretching fits nowhere in there.
Flexibility.
Oh, flexibility. You said flexibility. Okay.
You fool.
Sorry, I didn't hear flexibility.
That all 4 of those typically make up a very good fitness if you can have all of them.
I mean, how many people can have all of them?
I don't know. How much time are you willing to put into it?
10,000 hours, according to Malcolm Gladwell, man.
To being an expert?
Yeah, do you know what that is?
I've heard of it. The rule that if you do something for 10,000 hours, you will be an expert in that thing.
Yeah.
Have we played tennis for 10,000 hours, you think, in our lifetime?
Yeah, for sure.
Then we're experts at tennis.
I mean, relative to the common...
Not in a row, but...
population. Yeah, technically.
Sweet.
I mean, like, I teach tennis, to be fair. So
Pete, calm down, Pete. A lot of people teach tennis that
no, that's
their
true.
pedigree,
That's true.
pedigrees are not what I'd say. I wouldn't trust them. I mean, our friend is a tennis coach, and would you trust him?
Oh hell no! Hell no! And he'll be on this. He'll be on this podcast
eventually.
Soon
enough,
yeah. No, I would never ever let him teach.
He might be listening.
Any of my family. Good.
If
you're listening to this, you know who you are. I would not let you teach
We love
my
you, though. We love you.
We do. Oh, man. No, so I think he's the most... back to Novak. He's the most complete player because he has all those qualities and because he's so disciplined with how he trains. And that's, like, back to the whole fitness thing. If you can be super disciplined with all that stuff, then you're literally just a complete athlete. Like, when you think about it, there's another person. David Goggins. Have you ever heard of David Goggins?
What sport?
He doesn't play any sports.
Mountain climbing?
No.
What is he?
Rock climbers are freaks.
Rock climbing is like the actual...
athletes. That's literally
definition
and
of like
gymnasts are freaks, man.
gymnasts.
They're so
Yeah, but the thing
athletic.
is, I can't speak for men, but like female gymnasts are typically small on the smaller
Yeah.
side. So when it comes to pound for pound, they're gods among men and women.
Yeah,
They're
gymnasts are
just
so much flexibility, so much strength
yeah,
in like everything they do.
they're amazing.
Yeah.
But they're shorter than me, so I can still
Yeah, so you
I
can
can make
look
I
down
can
on them.
yeah I could say you all look up to me from a literal standpoint.
You're a great person, you know that.
Always. No, they're amazing.
But David Goggins, like I think this guy is one of the coolest human beings ever. He's basically this ex Navy SEAL, went through really rough childhood. I admire him a lot because like I said, he had a really rough childhood, really rough upbringing, and wasn't like a very I guess what's the word to put it? He wasn't like the person that he wanted to be. He was the person trying to
He was trying to please everyone
yes,
else.
please everybody. He wasn't doing stuff for himself, right? He was kind of like the class clown, whatever. And then he had a bunch of life-changing moments. His first one came when he realized he was like really scared of swimming and he couldn't, like he wanted to be in, I think it was the Air Force or Navy. I think it was Air Force. And he needed to know how to swim.
Why?
And
you're flying.
maybe it was Navy. I don't remember.
Probably was Navy. It might be Air Force.
Well, he had to learn for Navy SEAL because, like I said, he was a Navy SEAL. So,
right.
This guy, he failed at that thing, and they made him leave like that boot camp or that training or whatever, and then he like 2 or 3 years was living like a dead end life, you know, and then he realized like, what am I doing with my life? Let me get my life together. Yeah, literally get my life together. And then he went on this tear. So this guy was like 280 pounds. Like he's about your height or maybe a little shorter, 6 feet tall. But he was 280.
That's not good.
At his worst, yeah. And then one of these days, and then like one day he goes and runs a 100-mile race, right? Now mind you,
at that weight?
Yeah. So mind you, before he had done this, there was a period in time when he was in the military. So he did BUDS, which is the Navy SEAL training.
The boot camp?
It's like the before the weed out stage of Navy SEAL training.
I thought that's just what boot camp is.
No, because for Navy SEALs it's different. Because they literally try to break you on day one. Boot camp is kind of just training in general for enlisted military, but...
So boot camp is for the Army, and whatever you just said is for the Navy?
No. What I said is just for SEALs alone.
Yeah. Oh, for SEALs.
Yeah. So BUDS, basic underwater demolition training, something like that. It's basically 2 weeks of just pure hell.
Okay.
Like they literally just you're sleeping 2 to 3 hours a day practically.
So college.
No, dude. They're like making you hold like planks for, I don't know, tens of minutes. They make you hold boats above your head, logs as a team. Like you have to learn teamwork, you have to learn persistence and determination, everything. Like if you don't have those things, if you don't have those qualities, then you're not made for it. Like they weed you out in that thing. There's this maybe BUDS is like 4 weeks long, but there's a week called Hell Week, because during that week you're sleeping a max 4 hours or 5 hours that whole week.
That's fine.
You know, that's fine.
I can do it.
Oh yeah, but can you do it while you're holding logs above your head like they're like 100 or 200 pounds with like 3 other people only?
Question: are the logs made of cardboard?
Dude, I don't know.
Then,
I've never been a Navy SEAL.
Then maybe.
So, anyways, it's just really tough training. And so he did it 3 times.
So he should be used to it.
He did it just to do it.
Well, that's something.
He's crazy. He's an actual freak of nature.
But did he probably failed like the first time?
No.
So he successfully became
a Navy
SEAL 3 times.
Yeah, but he didn't follow through with the rest of the way, I think. Like he didn't go on any missions. I don't know for sure.
So he probably messed up some other regard.
No, he just stopped. He literally just did it to get past that part of the training, and that's it, and then stopped.
And then what was the next grand step in his master
So
plan?
yeah, so what I was saying before is this guy found like ultra running because when he was in the military, when he was like a SEAL, he was lifting like he was a bodybuilder practically.
Mm.
So I think actually he did finish the whole training, but he didn't go on a lot of missions or I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't talk about it a lot. You're probably not allowed to anyway.
Yeah.
He was lifting a lot, and so he was 280 at like his height, and he's like, okay, I need to lose this weight because
So he wasn't fat. He was just really muscular.
No, but at 6 feet 280, dude, like if you're not like a professional bodybuilder, then no, he had a lot of fat on him.
Oh, so he was. Then how the heck did he complete that thing?
So yeah, dude, this is what I'm getting at. He calls up this one race director. He's like, I want to run your race, Badwater or something. It's like in like close to California or Las Vegas, something like that. And the guy's like, I need you to prove that you could run this distance because the race is like 125 miles that he wants to register for, and like 125 miles straight on foot. And they talk about, yeah, like you can't do it, so you need to do a qualifying race, or at least you need to run 100 miles in under 24 hours. And he's like, all right, let me just find the closest race to me. So he finds one, I think, like a couple weeks later, and it's 100 miles on a 1 mile track. So 100 laps on a 1 mile track.
No,
basically.
no. 1 mile track means 400 laps. Because he has to do it.
No. A regular track is 1/4 of a mile. So
Yeah.
that's 400.
Oh, so he was the lap. This specific lap was a mile long.
Yes, on the track he was running on.
Okay.
Fun fact, that race itself was like a relay race technically. So you would the
You weren't supposed to run it 100 straight.
No, you weren't. You were supposed to sign up with a team and run 25 each person.
One man team.
He ran it 100 miles.
Did he get?
He ran it all himself. And dude, like the stories he tells about this race are insane. He runs 100 laps on this thing. Like by mile 70 or something, this guy like goes to sit down and he's done. He has no idea what he's like. He's disoriented. He like literally like he just sits down in his chair and just urine down his leg. Like he's dead. His feet are bleeding. Yeah.
Or someone else.
No, he was David Goggins. He like his yeah, you get shin splints. Do you know what shin splints are?
No.
It's just like a pain by your shin when you're running a lot.
It's just all overstrained.
Yeah,
with his weight, it probably.
Oh yeah, and like he broke his feet. He broke like all the bones in his feet.
All right.
Also, like literally like.
I got the picture, Pete.
Well, can you imagine running so much that you break your feet?
Well, the thing is, I don't want to say it's his fault, but like when you're 280 pounds, you shouldn't push yourself.
Dude, that's not the point I'm trying to make here. But anyways, so he's at like mile 70. He goes and sits down. He's like, how am I going to get up and do the rest? And so he just walks like 20 miles or something, or I don't know. And then he just runs the rest of the way. And like, this guy has
runner's high.
I guess so.
90,
after you run
90
miles. I guess so. But he found some other gear. And like one thing that the SEALs use, and one thing that I use a lot, and I like try to help, it motivates me a lot whenever I'm like, when I'm in a hole in training and I'm just like in pain, I just tell myself the 40% rule. I just say 40%. The 40% rule is basically like when you feel like you've got nothing left in the tank, you have no energy, you've spent it all, you've only used 40% of what you got. You know? Like you've got a whole other reserve. Whatever you think you've spent out there, that's BS. No, you've got way more left. I promise you. Because I know, like, I was on a run. I was doing, like, a 9-mile run. And I was at, like, mile 7. And I was hurting bad. Because I was running at a pretty good pace. I was running, like, 7:20, 7:10 a mile. And I was just hurting. But I told myself, like, by the 7th or 7.5 miles, like, just 40%. Like, you can finish this. You know? And so David Goggins, why I admire him is because this guy is, like, you could say he's the authority on mental toughness. I wouldn't even say the authority. He's just like an example. Like I feel like pretty similar to him in a way, like when I push myself with whatever I'm really like working hard on. People call me neurotic. That's definitely one thing I get from all my buddies.
What does that mean?
Like crazy.
Oh.
It's crazy because
Okay.
I have a pretty good work ethic, I would say.
Okay.
I'll never be the person to call myself talented or amazing at something, but I will work harder than you. I'm not afraid to admit that at all. Even you.
We'll see. We'll see.
Dude, I've been working out almost every day.
Pete, we'll see.
Dude, this was the first week I haven't, except for week 4, which was like 2 months ago. This is the first week I haven't like really done much because I pulled my back playing tennis.
It's all downhill from here, Pete. the rise of Alex starts now.
Yeah, okay. We'll have a competition then.
No,
See
we will.
who does more mileage.
No,
in a
I'll
week.
beat you in a tennis match. That's all that matters.
No, I don't think so, man. You're gonna have to catch up because I've been working out quite a lot.
Pete, mind over matter.
Mind over matter, indeed.
My mind over your matter will win.
Dude, the mind is so useful. I mean, okay. I'm saying like the power of the mind is more than a lot of people give it credit for.
Yeah, but like this might be a hot take, and we'll see if I even leave this in, but your 40% rule, I kind of agree with it, but I also have a bit of a gripe with it. And that's, I feel like when you pushing yourself past that limit, you're using like your like in danger reserves. So like as animals, you usually have that like moment of life and death where you just like your brain turns on everything so that your body starts using 100% of its physicality.
Yeah.
Because like there are stories of like people who like move cars, like, and not even like extraordinary people. They're just normal people, but like in a dangerous situation, their bodies produces an unbelievable physical feat.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when you use that, when you're using your 40% rule, you're taking away your like life reserves. So when your life and death moment comes, you already used your emergency outlet. You don't have it anymore.
I don't know. Because what you described, I've heard stories of stuff like that too, but that's attributed to an adrenaline rush. Because that's like the survival mode you talk of. It's basically.
But it's more than just it is an adrenaline rush, but I feel it's like even more because it's like a very primal adrenaline rush. It's not like a normal one, because like a normal adrenaline rush can happen, I think, to anyone for anything. If like you can force it too.
Yeah.
Because I've done it in tennis matches, but like when your life is on the line, that's a moment. It's do or die. You know, like you're gonna give it everything you have because it's your last chance. You know, and I feel like that reserve, like. And I don't know anything about the human body, but I feel like I would imagine there's like a biological reserve for like every animal. So when that moment comes, you can unleash it all, because it's your last chance to do it.
I don't know, man. All I know is that the 40% rule has benefited me when I'm in a dark place. When it comes to working.
So okay, he finished his 100 miles, broke his feet, his ankles, and everything. Did he even bother showing up for the second one?
Oh, buddy, the guy ran a marathon 2 weeks later.
That's only 26
miles.
miles.
Dude, you're not gonna tell me you broke your feet and then.
Did he actually, or just?
Yes, dude.
It just felt like that.
Yes. Okay. If you had an Instagram, you would know this, but. Look him up on Instagram. He doesn't follow anybody, but he has like 5 or 6 million followers. The reason is because he doesn't care like about anyone else, like what they're doing and what he posts it just to like
show people.
Just to show people like what you can do if you just put your mind to it.
Is he in shape now?
Dude, he's a beast.
Why did he do that when he was overweight?
He just wanted. I don't remember.
I feel like that's not good for your heart, even if you're physically.
You see, ironically, he has a really bad heart also. Like he's had 2 heart surgeries. There was at one point there was a hole the size of a quarter in his heart.
Why?
I don't remember, but he was crazy. Like he is crazy, and I love it. I love it about him.
You can love it, but I feel like this is also like a good lesson as to like the importance of moderation. I think
I don't know, man. If you're living your best life and if you believe in what you're doing and it's good for you and it's inspiring to others, like who cares?
I don't know. I don't consider 2 heart surgeries good for me.
But do you consider ultra marathons pretty inspiring? Because this guy did it. This guy ran an ultra marathon with broken feet, basically.
It's true.
You know, I mean, you know, a crazy story. On the day of his heart surgery, this guy did a 6-mile ruck run.
What does that mean?
8-mile. It's like
up a mountain.
Ruck run is when you have a backpack on and you're running. So this guy had 40 pounds on his back and ran like 8 miles or something.
That's not that bad,
dude.
No,
running.
I've run 3 miles with weight vests on, so.
Okay,
this was me.
Another 5 miles.
Yeah, but this was me like not doing it for like a race. So like if I actually properly trained for the race, I probably would have been more specific towards it and probably would have been able to do it. My point is like this is less impressive than the 125 miles or 100-mile race in my eyes.
Okay, but what if you were having heart surgery?
Well then.
Oh yeah, you have nothing to say now.
I have nothing to say except I wouldn't do it if I had a heart surgery. I wouldn't be like, "Yo, doc, I'll meet you there. I'm running to you. I'm not taking the car."
He could have done that day when he told the story of like the day he was having that heart surgery. He could have just done the ruck run to the hospital. You know,
it's true.
Figure. He did this other thing, and I'm actually going to do it sometime this summer.
Ultra marathon?
No. I'm going to do an ultra marathon one day, but I need to run an actual marathon first.
Yeah.
That's a long ways away because school is getting in the way, you know what I'm saying?
It's true, but you're a senior now.
No, but he did this thing called the 48-hour challenge, which is 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
So 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Yes, that is exactly what I just said.
No, but like I'm trying to understand. So, could I run 4 miles in 1 hour, take a 3-hour sleep break, run 4 miles another hour?
That is exactly what you need to do, basically.
Okay.
It's like you start the run at 12 a.m., for instance, half an hour run, which is like a pretty decent pace. You have 3.5 hours of rest before you have to hit your next run.
All right.
And you do that for 48 hours straight.
Doesn't sound hard.
Buddy.
What's the difficulty?
We'll do it together.
Okay.
We'll do it together sometime this summer, and you tell me.
Not this summer. I need to get in shape.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The ability to run itself, I need
that,
to.
People? He just said that doesn't sound that hard, and then he says, "No, not this."
Okay,
summer.
if I could run 4 miles without like dying, then I could.
Trash.
Okay, if I can run eventually in my life, what's a good time for 4 miles? Straight.
I would say like under 8-minute pace. So 32. Under 32 minutes.
So 32 minutes. Okay. So if I can run,
I could like for instance, I run my 4 miles in about 29 because I go like.
I'm not going for a record breaker. I'm just going for like okay, like decent. Not. I'm not gonna break any records or win any Olympic medals. I'm just gonna be in the race.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to run 4 miles in, 4 hours.
Sure.
What? That's pretty good. If I don't run it in 4 hours.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want the rest to mean something, you're not going to take an hour.
Wait. No. If I walk, how long would it take?
Dude, no, you got to run.
No. If I walk, how long would it take?
I don't know. How long does it take you to walk a mile? Probably 15 minutes?
So 15 minutes.
So it'd probably take you an hour.
So then I could just walk the whole time.
I just told you have to run it.
You have to?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's the purpose of the challenge, man. Stop trying to find loopholes.
But I don't have to.
Stop trying to find loopholes.
Unless I want first place, but if I don't want first place...
There's no first place, there's a million places. It's just run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. It's not that hard to understand.
Or walk a 1 mile. Walk 4 miles.
I'm going to kill you.
I'm not wrong.
Yes, you are.
I want to see the rules. What are they? Is everyone get their own speedometer and they're like keeping track of how fast everyone's going? Is there like is this like the movie Speed where like once you start you have to like keep a certain speed up until you reach the finish line?
Dude, you belong in a circus act.
Pete, I'm right.
You're a clown.
Pete, I want to see the rules. There's no rule that says I can't walk 4 miles every hour.
I hate you so much.
I'm not wrong. I could technically do it. I could
Oh
I could
my
I could
gosh.
walk 4 miles in 4 hours. I could
No,
just
we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll run. We'll do
not
this thing together
not
sometime this summer.
not this summer. Absolutely not
Why
this
not?
summer because I'm not in shape
Because you're soft.
and I have an exam and I'm applying to stuff
Oh,
and
so
I'm doing
five.
stuff.
So five excuses. That's
Yeah.
pretty
It's true.
good.
And I'm
All
gonna
right.
beat you at a tennis match. Make it
all right.
make it 6.
Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. I definitely want to run a marathon within the next 2 years, though. I don't know when I'm going to get to. There's going to be one at the end of this summer, but
Marathons are like when you say run a marathon, I assume you mean be consistent. Like you're not gonna
Well, yeah,
run a
yeah.
mile, walk the next 2 miles, run the third mile.
so based on my training for this summer, I could probably run a marathon at or between 8 and 8:30 pace per mile, which is relatively good. That would bring me in between 3.5 hours and 4 hours, something like that.
You're saying you can run a mile in 8 minutes 26 times without getting tired?
Well, my regular run paces right now have been around like when I do 9 miles or 10 miles, I go like 7:30.
Yeah, but I don't think you
7:40.
understand
I do understand.
what 26 means.
I do very much understand.
It's hard.
I know. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible.
Well, impossible to do, no.
Okay, dude, don't you remember the world record marathon
No.
by what was his name?
Probably
Is it Eliud Kipchoge?
from Kenya.
Yeah.
They're always from Kenya.
Well, because all they do is run, dude.
It's true.
They have high altitude and they have amazing runners. coming
Kenya
out of
is in the mountains.
Yeah.
Then it's perfect for them.
Yeah. So I mean, this guy ran a marathon in 1:59. Dude, this was all
Under
over
2
the news.
hours?
Yeah, dude, he was the first person ever.
Is this recent?
Yes,
How recent? Yesterday?
I think within the last 6 months. I forget exactly. It might have been late 2019, or it's definitely within the last year,
Okay.
without a doubt. I don't remember exactly when.
So you're gonna run it in an hour 58?
Definitely not. I don't know, dude. I'm not that talented at running. I like running, but I don't like to suffer when I'm running.
Okay.
Dude, like that's pure suffering.
He did it.
Yeah, but to be fair, he's a world-class runner.
Yeah.
But anyways, dude, I can't believe you've never heard of this. Like this happened so recently. They had a whole team of people pacing him.
Oh, never mind. I take back my impressiveness then, because they helped him. It wasn't like he did it alone.
Well, yeah, but it's like
not fair.
What do you mean, dude? He still ran it.
But it was assisted, like, because apparently it makes a big difference if you run like with the wind versus running behind someone.
Of course it does, but
So,
it doesn't matter.
It does. It matters to me.
All right.
Because
well,
it means for to a certain degree, someone else was taking like the heat for him for a decent amount, and only at the end when he was alone
dude,
that he ran it,
dude, he's still 59, man.
but not alone, with other people.
Dude, it's not like it was blowing like there. It's not like there were hurricane force winds that day that would have affected it at all. If anything,
But it did affect. It does affect it. I read.
Yeah.
It really
No, it does, but not by as much as you think.
probably.
It probably would have
Enough-
added like 2 or 3 minutes to his time.
Yeah.
He was still
It
running
would
fast.
then it would be over 2 hours.
gosh, man.
Okay,
Oh my
fine.
gosh.
He did it. He did it. The record books say he did it. Record books that I did not write.
Oh man.
It's the same
Bring
thing.
in the elephants. Bring in the trapeze artists. Honestly.
It's the same as the guy who first broke the under 4 minute.
Roger Bannister. Yeah.
Yeah, because I read the story with that one, and it was a similar thing where there were runners in front of him,
Pacers,
his
yeah.
team that were like taking the win for him, and then at the last second he ran, so, he couldn't do it alone. He needed a team.
Well, he did do it alone in a future race.
Oh, he did?
Yes, dude. He had a race with another, I think, Australian runner.
No, but like with no one.
Yeah, it was him versus the rest of the field, and then him and the Australian runner were the last two left, and they were racing, and then
Was he behind the Australian?
no, he beat him. He came in at 3:50.
No, but like was he behind him the whole time and overtake
Actually, yes,
him?
yes.
There we go.
Dude, oh my gosh.
The Australian took all the heat for him.
Dude, that's just racing tactic.
I know it's strategy, but like then the Australian was silly. Wait. Here's the real question: did the Australian make it under 4 minutes too?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then that guy deserves the gold medal.
Shut your face. Shut your face, man.
He deserves it.
There you go. You see, you are fully a clown.
Okay, there we go. It proves that it is possible.
But this is just some amazing human beings, man. People that are able to do that stuff. So I couldn't in my wildest dreams even think I could come close to that time for a marathon.
We'll find our own stuff that we will excel at.
But yeah, so after marathon, I want to find an ultra marathon. Do that. Pretty crazy.
Which is, well, you described
I'm gonna find 100 miles.
Yeah, you described an ultra marathon as anything over a marathon, and I'm just like, well, I'll just run 10 feet past the regular marathon. Boom, ultra marathon champion.
There you go.
And I won't tell anyone.
Tell you what, I definitely won't be eating flaming hot Cheetos the day of.
It's a good idea.
Know.
Yeah, you shouldn't gorge yourself before any physical activity, ever.
Yeah, you really should. The way to do it is just to eat clean. Like I said before, I've been eating really clean this summer. No bad foods. I haven't eaten processed foods at all.
What does that mean, processed?
If it comes in a wrapper.
What's wrong with that?
It's processed.
Okay.
It's not natural.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been just keeping all my food pretty clean, and that's the way to do it, man. I mean, I gained some muscle. Now I'm in a cut, so I hopefully
Why do you need to cut
fat.
it?
Well, because I gained some fat as well.
How do you know?
Because I see my weight go up, man.
But you just said you got
muscular. And I can
muscular.
see my physique well.
You said you got more muscular.
Yeah, but I can see my physique in the mirror. Like, if I have a little more belly fat, it's, like, pretty obvious to me.
Okay.
I mean, it's not rocket science, man.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Talked a lot about nutrition today.
Yeah, we did. Nutrition and fitness.
Yeah. Pretty good topic.
I would say pretty important topic. There's always so much more to talk about what we talk about, because we're just kind of, since we just started this, like, there's so much we can dive deeply into. I feel like it's just good to introduce what we know already.
What we think we know. In at least in my case.
Yeah, that's true. You don't know what you don't know at the same time.
I don't know what I do know. I just make it up as I go.
Fake it till you make it, man. That's how the world works.
That's what we do.
Yeah, so I guess in summary, caloric deficit if you want to lose fat, if you want to gain mass, caloric surplus. How to do it now, just don't eat processed food, yo. Try to eat like good food. Vegetarian, I mean, if you want to spend less money, I definitely will probably enjoy it one day, but not today. Or not anytime soon necessarily. But I could get used to the lifestyle.
Okay, and if you're not as frugal as Pete is, then all you need to do
I'm not that frugal.
Be a vegetarian with a little bit of meat if you want the pure, healthy diet.
Vegetarian.
Semi-vegetarian with a bit of meat.
Yeah.
That's the way to be actually healthy. Until they create the quality substitute for meat.
Yeah. And also, I think before we go, one thing is, like, don't let anybody tell you what your physique should look like.
Absolutely. Listen, I was overweight, but I wasn't really upset with how people were perceiving me. I was just upset with it myself because I felt lethargic, I felt bad, and it didn't look good to me and it didn't feel good to me. I started like eating less, eating more vegetables, and doing a lot more exercise. Not because anyone told me or because I felt I had to do it for society. I did it because at the end of the day, once you do it, you'll start feeling better about yourself. You'll feel, I don't know, cleaner. Your body will feel. Maybe that's the energy. Like when you're losing your lethargic nature and you're a little more vibrant in your attitude, your personality, your willingness to do stuff. You're no longer like sleeping, like you're no longer feeling like slow and empty inside. You have energy and passion. Like you're basically turning on the life button in your heart.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't do, like, you don't have to do it because we said it, but we did it because it made us feel better about ourselves, both physically and mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And it might do the same for you. Who knows?
Yeah. The way I see it is, if you're going to do something, do it for yourself. Don't do it because it looks good for other people. Like, if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, then that's fine. You know, like, everyone's been there at some point in their life. I'd be so hard pressed to find someone that hasn't, like, been through something like that. You know, like, it just, everyone has it. And if you feel like that, you know, like, just know that it's totally in your control to make it better. Like, you can most definitely just take the reins and get after it. You know, you don't have to feel bad about yourself all the time, because ultimately, if you keep feeling bad about yourself, that's not going to get you where you want to go. You know, and it's like tough love kind of mentality, but at the same time, you know, no one's going to put the work in for you.
It's true. It's true. And when you're doing all that work, remember to always
stay positive, my friends.
That's how you do it.